Hello, Star Wars fans. So, we have the next Star Wars Build Your Own X-Wing, Issue 9. Alright, so if some of you have been wondering why I have not had an X-Wing build video up for about the last 4 to 5 weeks, I am going to tell you. Okay, so, my monthly subscription payment went fine. It went all the way through like 4 to 5 weeks ago. And they gave me, they sent out the standardized email saying you will get the email once your subscription has shipped. And I didn't hear a thing. So I didn't bother, emailing them right away because I kind of figured, maybe they were back ordered on it, So I wanted to wait until my next X-Wing payment went through. And even the X-Wing was, a week late the last time. So, once the payment went through on this, for the next 4 issues on the X-Wing here, I decided to send an inquiry email to Model Space and DeAgostini to just plainly ask when month 3 of R2-D2 would be expected to ship. I didn't even put my order number in or anything. Just got a response today after I got back from work, and practically a full-on quote in response is that apparently they were having computer issues and the warehouse wasn't actually receiving the information to ship people orders out. So they basically ended up letting me know that my order will actually ship out within the next 2 days. And I mean, if this has been going on for the last 4 to 5 weeks and I'm just finding out about it, I'm thinking maybe I should have actually sent something out a lot sooner. But seeing as, they told me that I would get the binder that was supposed to come with issue 2 shipped with, not issue 2, but with month 2, that it was supposed to be shipped out with month 3. So I figured maybe, not only was my month 3 a little bit, behind schedule, that they were actually waiting for the binder that was supposed to come with the previous 4 issues to just ship it out to me with these issues. That's what I had figured. Apparently that wasn't actually the case. So, unfortunately, so I might actually finally be ahead on the X-Wing build videos instead of the R2 build videos. So I mean, I honestly want to be ahead of the R2 build videos because the X-Wing is still actually pretty new to modelspace.com and DeAgostini. So, and I mean, the R2 has been out for at least like the last, maybe 3 years or so. So, I mean, if anything, I want to be ahead on R2 and not the X-Wing. So, let's say seeing as this is so new and they completely sell out of the X-Wing, and I was ahead of them, and now you're wondering why I'm behind on the X-Wing, and I have so many, R2 videos. I wanted to stay constant, and yeah, it's just not the case. I expected, maybe 2 weeks max on these delays. Certainly not like a month and a half on delays, especially for something that has been out and people have been building for so long. So, it happened, unfortunately, and there's not a whole lot I can actually do about it. Alrighty, so on with the video. Oh, and if you notice, I actually have everything out. I didn't get a chance to actually pre-look to see what was going on in this issue. So I just pulled everything out just in case, because, you never know. Alrighty, and unlike month 2 of R2, month 3 of the Build Your Own X-Wing, I actually got the binder. So, and this picture on the back is actually the model. This is actually a picture of the model once completed on the back. And, well, I should say a closer up picture of Luke's Red 5 on the back, and a little bit farther away of Luke's Red 5 X-Wing from the original trilogy, whom everybody really likes the most. I don't really have an issue with the first 3. And so far, the next 2 after that, episodes 7 and 8, they're alright, they're not bad. And, I mean, if anybody out there really had an issue with George Lucas's episodes 1 through 3, and then they end up having a problem with Disney's episodes 7 and 8, and possibly 9, I can kind of agree, can't really agree to disagree, or disagree to agree, kind of neutral ground here, because, Disney probably had a way with the way George Lucas made them, and George Lucas probably has a problem with the way Disney's making them. So, I mean, it's kind of, a win-win, lose-lose situation either way. Granted, Disney has actually been using more puppet style and old school, like, facial and frickin', full, like, bodysuit stuff on them. So, kind of hard to, agree or disagree in that kind of situation. Seeing as, Lucas tended to use a lot more digital rendering than, Muppets or puppets or real bodysuits for, episodes 1 through 3, except if you were like a close-up or something, and even then, half the time it was like digital rendering. So, honestly, I think it all boils down to, like, the storyline. But this video is not about that. I just figured I'd put that whole discussion in there. But, yeah, binder. Cool. Now I have a place to actually store my magazines. So, I mean, honestly, I don't mean to rabble, but when it's an issue or something that I happen to be into, yeah, I will definitely talk about it. So, alrighty. So, as I was saying, issue 9 of the Star Wars Build Your Own X-Wing. And as you can see, every single one of these magazines are always saying a superb model of Luke Skywalker's Red 5 Starfighter. Even though I say X-Wing, because it's an X-Wing. Alright, so inside you got creating a starship fleet. And then it says recreating the X-Wing starting The Empire Strikes Back. And then Starfighter Aces Anakin Skywalker. Which, in previous magazines, it was the young Anakin from Episode 1. And this is clearly the Anakin from Episode 2 in this speeder chase on Coruscant. And then you have some more of what looks like Ralph McQuarrie's artistry right there. I'm just making sure these pages are actually separating, because, you know, sometimes you just never know. Oh, yeah, you see? What's it? Okay, so they are separating. Apparently page 1 is counted as the front cover. Quite possibly. Which in a real magazine, page 1 would never be the front cover. And there you go. There's the Episode 2. Anakin Skywalker. Sorry, there was not supposed to be a dramatic pause. I thought I heard something in the background that you probably didn't hear on the camera. So, there we go. Possibly telling the story between him and Obi-Wan. And then possibly later on, something between him and Padme, and then, you know, something about his mother Shmi, Dooku there, and yeah, then you get another, you know, image of him in the speeder above Coruscant during the chase. Okay, and then here we go. We have the build, and this is going to be a pretty short issue right here, because this is the last page. It's only 6 steps. What the crud? Oh, hold on, never mind. Okay, see, this is what I'm saying. You know, pages get stuck together. Okay, so it's... Alright, so 16 steps. Oh, man, you know, because I was doing this, like, the entire time that, you know, I was, like, saying, I was like, oh, Jesus, wait a minute. It's only 6 steps, and, you know, it's like, I was moving this around. And then, oh my, those pages were pretty much stuck together. Wow, okay, so yeah, okay, so, gonna be longer than initially stated. Pretty funny if you happen to have caught that on camera, which I did. So, yeah, okay, so 16 steps. And it looks like we're attaching the new wing piece to the previous wing piece from issue 8. So, alright. And here are the parts. So, engine mount. And then you got plant on detail. and leading edge support, a support bracket. Can't tell from the picture if that's plastic or a piece of metal. XW02 screws times 9. Okay, and we had some extras of those the last time, like one extra the last time, and oh, look at this. Apparently we got some XW03 screws times 3. Sorry, you know, I do have a speech impediment, so sometimes speech does come out wrong for anybody who hasn't watched any of my videos previously. So if you hear me saying something wrong and then repeat myself, that's just me fixing what I was previously stating because of having a childhood problem like that. So there we go. So as I was saying, we had one extra of these, I believe, and then we had one extra of the other size of screw. So, alrighty. So we're going to get started on this, and this is the packaging. And yeah, I can rip this off all day, but nothing's going to happen with it because that's a sealed bag. So it's not like the other packages where they actually happen to have actually just sealed it with the cardboard stapled on tab or seal or whatnot. Oh, hey, if I had known I could just pop the seam on this. This is a sealed bag. You can tell by the checkered marks on there. Alright, so we'll get that out and that out. And there's the two little baggies of screws. Alright. Okay, so obviously here we have the XW03 screws, and labeled, probably backwards, and upside down. There we go. The XW02 screws. Okay, there we go for that. And here's the other little individual parts. Oh, I don't even have a bit in there. Oh wow, they went through a heck of a lot easier than the original packaging. Well, that's good to know that they're using pretty good plastic to keep these things sealed up. Alrighty. Okay, and this is die-cast. Couldn't tell from the packaging because if you notice the one side, it does I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell if this has like a paint on it, but this side definitely has paint on it. This is painted like a flat or light gloss or even a matte paint on the one side, and on the other side I can't really tell because it looks like it's got some paint splatter on this side. So I can't really tell if it's like paint splattered to look kind of like grayish with some black speckles in it or what. But definitely painted from the look of it. Alright, okay. So 1, 2, 3 parts, and the screws, and this, and yes, we do have everything. Okay, and let me just back this out a little bit, and as you can tell, it's got the same kind of like pre-weathering paint detail on it. And let's hold this up right here. Yeah, so I guess this side is kind of painted because they kind of painted it to sort of kind of match the paint job that is already present there. So trying to figure out why that's painted white. I don't know. I guess we'll find out at some point in time. But got some matte black painted up in here. Obviously got the speckled weather detail right there. You got some of the blue-gray painted right in there, and obviously you got more of that effect on the inside here as well. So, but detailing, it's alright. I mean, you got some grading right there. It's actually some pretty good grading. In some spots it kind of looks like a brickwork if you're far enough away from it, which is kind of cool. Okay, so there we go. So here we go, fitting the mount. Okay, so all 4 molded components fit together and then screwed to the wing assembly you have been working on. Okay, so step 1. It has us with this part. Oop. And with this part of the wing. And then that part. And then that part. And then apparently that part. And then it shows the screws. Yep. Yeah, so, yeah, it says right under step 1 here, take the assembly from stage 8 together with all the components provided this time. So, there we go. And step 2, fit the 2 pins on the back of the small plant-on detail into the holes in the triangular leading edge support this way up. Alrighty. Okay, so this way. Okay, so it can actually only go in one way. If you notice, that hole is bigger than that hole, and that peg is bigger than that peg. It doesn't say anything about gluing, so I guess we just push it in, and there we go. Okay, so, and that also is step 3, which says press the detail into place so it fits flush, which it is flush. So, there we go. Alright, so step 4, fit the bracket on the back of the leading edge support to the engine mount in this position. Oh, okay, so this right here. Okay, so fit it like that. Okay, so it's fitted. Okay, so next step is telling us that we need to use these XW02 screws, which, you know, obviously X-Wing size 2 screw. Okay, so careful. I'm not telling you that, I'm telling myself that, because that first one kind of dropped out, even though my my background kind of like leans backward a little bit right up at the front edge. So, alright. Okay, so go by the picture here. So you got a peg right here that goes into the hole, and then other hole is where it gets screwed in, and this is how it's going to look. So step 5 is press the left-hand hole on the bracket onto the locating pin and secure the other hole with an XW02 screw. Okay. And... ooh, where did... oh, shoot. Where did they go? Oh. Dang it. Okay, I guess I'll just have to use that screw driver right there. Even though this is... honestly, I still can't find the screwdriver that came with the X-Wing here. So, I don't know what the heck is going on. It should have just been in the drawer here. I mean, I got tons of screwdrivers in here, but I just can't seem to find that one. I'm sure I'm just overlooking it. But, when you pull apart a drawer, like 4 or 5 times, and you still can't find it, doesn't quite help the situation. Alright, so that's nice and tight. And that's screwed down just to actually finger tight, basically. It is plastic, so definitely got to be careful while screwing it in. Alrighty. Okay, so step 6, align the engine mount with the end of the wing. Okay, so literally the picture just shows this. Okay, yeah, okay, it's aligned. Okay, seriously, okay, so step 7, next page. Fit the parts together, aligning the mounting holes shown in steps 8 and 9. Okay, and they couldn't just say, go to steps 8 and 9 and you'll see how to mount it. Which, obviously, look at this. You got holes right through here that actually line up with where there are screw points in here. And, oh, look, there we go. It is mounted, and I didn't even look at steps 8 and 9. So, there we go. So it's kind of just like skipping ahead right there. And, but, step 8 says, sorry, start securing the engine mount with an XW02 screw in this hole, and it points to the topmost hole. So I guess maybe we should use one of these screws in this topmost hole right up here, and I should probably put the screw on the screwdriver. Oh, dang it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, not going to tighten it down all the way until I can get the other ones in. Okay, step 9, add XW02 screws to these 4 holes to finish joining the parts. Okay, so put a screw in the other 4 holes. They probably could have just said put a screw in these 4 holes. Or even 5 holes for that matter. And, they probably could have actually saved some ink and some paper And then maybe the cost of this probably would have, I mean, if you think about how much ink and paper gets used per issue on these, probably could have ended up saving, you know, like $5 to $10 every 2 or 3 issues. So, alright, there's last screw going in. Alrighty. Okay, that one's in. Alright, that one's in. There we go for that one. Well, hopefully it's not like the cockpit right here, where everything seemed tight and then everything is still loose. So hopefully it's not just like they probably didn't bore it or even tap the hole deep enough. But seems solid. I mean, that sucker is huge. And, you know, I got some, you know, pretty decent sized hands right there. And, you know, that's even still like 4 inches past my fingers. So, yeah, the scale of this thing is probably going to be like 2 feet. So from one end wing to the other end wing is probably going to be at least 2 feet. So, this sucker's going to be huge. I don't know. When this thing's finally assembled, I will actually give you a complete... Well, I mean, it might say what the wingspan is online from wing to wing. I will give you wingspan wing to wing when the S-foils are open and while they're closed. So, yeah. Because, you know, that's how I roll. Because, you know, that kind of information is very, very important, especially to any kind of Star Wars fan right there. So, weren't there supposed to be 9 screws? Oh, yeah, yeah, never mind. I remember where it went. Okay, kind of blanked out there for a second. Okay. Alright, so step 10, align the support bracket with the engine mount in this position. Okay, so this right here with this piece, the mount bracket, like this. Okay, and step 11 is press the support bracket into place, aligning all 5 fixing holes. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so all 5. Okay, there we go. And start securing the bracket with an XW02 screw in this hole, which is that first one right there. So, and we have 3 screws left, and I'm guessing maybe we're just going to be using 3 screws in this. So, question is, are we gonna even be using the 0-3 screws? Because so far it's all 0-2 screws. And, yeah, we're kind of all out of parts. So, yeah, let me get a little bit closer so you guys can see that. Okay, there we go. Okay, first screw in there. Okay, so step 13 is followed by another XW02 screw in the hole next to it. They needed a whole other square to tell me to put a screw in that hole. Kind of funny, huh? Like, you kind of can't tell where some actual mountings would be going. So, I mean, I expected these two and then this far one right here, because these two holes are probably going to be used for putting engine part in. So, I mean, technically there's like an engine that goes in, and that's going to be weird because the blasters will be going off on the side there. So, okay, so step 4. Ooh, maybe not. Okay, so step 14 is actually telling us to use the 0-3s. Okay, so I got 1-0-2 left, and now it says to use 2 of these. So I'll probably have another one left over. So apparently 2 screws in here in my nice little storage compartment here for my build. Okay, so alrighty, so if I could have possibly found the bits for my other screwdriver that has a different screw head on it. Crap. At least it's not another 4-letter word. But yeah, I need the I need another screw head here. Oh, hold on. Yeah, because the screw head on this one is definitely too big. So, alright. So, let me see if it is mixed in with, because what was I saying before? It needed to be 000. And I don't seem to have a 000 in these right here, at least that set right there. Let me see, because I got 2 of the same screwdrivers. One has this piece in here, which is older, and then later, the year or 2 after, it came like this, so the screwdriver would just fit in here. And 000. Okay, we're good. We're good. Alright. If only I could find that. Well, I mean, I could just keep using this, to be honest. Because the 000 here is the perfect size screw head for these smaller screws for this X-Wing build. So, and yes, you saw me put another screw on there because step 15 is followed by another XW03 screw in this hole right here. Alright. Okay, so 16. That completes the assembly. Do not put a screw in the remaining hole in the support bracket, which will be secured later. Okay, and here I thought that the two other holes were going to be what was being screwed in later. Okay, so alright, so XW02 screw lines up when you close it with that hole right there, and the 03 in that spot. Like I stated in my previous video, doing this, putting the labels on the inside instead of the outside, corresponding to the corresponding outlines for where it actually comes in contact, just so I can look up and go, oh yeah, okay, actually works out, because, you know, seeing as even the bigger compartment has an opening that actually matches the bigger compartment, so it's kind of like a major reminder, and it's easier to not forget what's going on. Alrighty, so here we go. So there we go. We got the outer end of the wing, and it is attached to the inner part of the, well, at least the first wing anyway. 1 out of 4. Or if you want to say 1 out of 4 S-foils for the X-wing. So, yeah, that's really surprising, because I literally expected these two screws and then that screw over here. At least put a screw in there for now, I should say. So, I should have definitely said it that way, because I would have seriously expected engine part to be part of this right here. Alright, so and as the ending of this goes, you probably can't really see it from where you are. The completed assembly looks like this. Just like I just showed, you will start building the sublight engine onto the engine mount in the next few stages. Okay, so apparently issues 10 through 12 is literally just the engine or sublight, one of the 4 sublight engines for the X-Wing. So, kind of cool. And, seeing as they haven't changed any of the things here, it's kind of like what they did with the R2. They still have like the previous issues of when they had their, oh geez, I guess I don't know what the heck you would call it, but pre-sales kits. You know, they would ship out, you know, like certain issue amounts just so you can get like a feel for what the build to go like. I mean, you can pay for, you know, like the little bit, oh, the trial issues. You could pay for like the trial issues. It would go up to a certain amount, and it's kind of like the R2-D2, because I mean, after, you know, like issue 4, it, you know, when issue 4 came out, it didn't have anything about what issue 5 was. And, you know, this is issue 9, and it has the issue 9 parts on the back of it. Okay, why do I need to know what issue 9 parts are, seeing as I just did this? You know? But, alright, here we have issue 10. You see what is here. Okay, so you have creating a starship fleet, The Empire Strikes Back again. The Empire Strikes Back set design. Sorry. Starfighter Aces General Merrick, and we'll get a little bit close-up view right here. Let's see if maybe it'll, like, there we go, General Merrick. And I can't tell, it looks like maybe Rogue One? That does look like one of the guys from the Rogue One movies, so. And then you got sublight engine mounting and details right here. So that's outer casing and outer casing detail parts. So some blaster scorches right there. And I didn't actually take a closer look at issue 10 in my box, so I didn't really notice this. So I wonder if it actually looks as cool in person as it does in this picture, or if it looks completely different. So when I do issue 10 build, I will actually probably put a comparison on with the back of the issue 9 magazine, just to show you if there's any difference. Alrighty, so I will have issue 10 out for the X-Wing build next week. Hopefully, I might actually get the next R2 issues by next week. I am hoping I do. So hopefully I'll get the R2 issue 9 out next week, and I'll probably end up putting out issue 10 within the same week. Just because I am so far behind, and obviously probably by the time I get, if I put out 2 issues in the same week, I'll end up having, you know, the next 4 issues probably getting shipped to me. So next week, if it turns out that way, if I do get, you know, issues 9 through 12 of R2 next week, I will try to get 2 issues out that week, and then I will try to get 11 and 12 the week after that, just so that way I can fall back into the rhythm, and hopefully there will be no other problems with that. So also, I know I've also had a little bit of the delay on my next Transformers model build. I was going to start the video, or the build video for that last week, but I had actually gone to Connecticut for the weekend, so I couldn't really do that. Actually, it was more like a week and a half ago now. So, unfortunately, I couldn't do that. I will be starting that up this week. So, probably Saturday, I'll actually probably start recording that. And I have learned from the mistake with my video camera here, is I can record only up to like 40-45 minutes at a time. Otherwise, if it goes any longer than that, it will automatically split the video up into like 4 or 5 possible segments. So if I try to limit it to 40 to 45 minutes, the video will be 40 to 45 minutes. And it won't take so long to upload it. And it should hopefully only cut me down to maybe 3 or 4 videos total. And the numbers on the Starscream build was just the number in the order of which to watch it, and even on that, I had said you can watch it in any order you want. You know, watch all the way from, you know, the intro all the way through, or you could just skip to the ending where, you know, it's fully built. So the same thing will be true to the next Transformers model kit. So with that being said, until the next build your own X-Wing, or until the next build your own R2-D2, and definitely into the next Transformers model build, thanks for watching.